This is the outdoor ukulele made in Bend, Oregon. And I wanted to talk to you a little about this ukulele. It's polycarbonate. This is the second generation that they made. I'll show you a first in a moment. And they changed some things on it, and this has been what's been sold ever since. So really the first generation is kind of old news. This has been out for quite some time, and this is a tenor scale. So it's polycarbonate. It has 17, 18, 19, 20 frets on the front. It basically is weatherproof. It can go down to -40 or up to +240 Fahrenheit, and basically your strings would have issues in the heat long before the ukulele would. This one has open geared tuners. You can specify certain tuners when you order it. You can get it with a strap button, and you can also get them with a pickup. This one does not have a pickup. Not talking about the first generation yet, but it has a kind of a percussive sound. It's definitely a plastic sound versus a wood sound. So if you're looking for a wood ukulele, this is not it. This is kind of what this sounds like. So it's not a bad sound. It's great for campfires. It's great for taking around places. This was one of my earlier ukes that I bought when I found out about it. And it's in the tenor scale, which you can't get a Waterman, you can't get a Bugs Gear, you can't get one of the, I believe it's the Kerala Explore ukuleles in this tenor size. It does have front-facing markers. It does not have side markers, but I got some of those dry transfer decals you can buy, and I put those on. I bought the ones that were cream with the black circle. Wish they would have had just plain black, but they didn't. They originally come with Rye Rabbit strings. One of mine frayed early on, and I just replaced with Martin 620s, and it's been using it ever since. At our last camp out, we had bought some glow sticks for our kids to use, so I took a glow stick and put it in there, and it kind of glowed in a neat way. I'll see if I can put a picture of that up on my blog. If I took a picture of it, I can't remember if I did. Now, what they changed from the previous one is, first of all, supposedly they scaled this off of a very famous ukulele manufacturer, taking the measurements and matching. I won't say who, but that's probably not a bad idea, because that manufacturer isn't going to be making a plastic or a polycarbonate ukulele. So taking what succeeds and kind of going with it. This is the first generation, and the person sent this to me very kindly. It's not something that many people would actually want, but I wanted one. And what they changed, a number of things. Now again, I don't have a soprano, but this person had upgraded the tuners already. The originals were just pegs. These had extremely high frets. I don't know if you can see the difference between those frets and these frets. These frets are much lower, so people naturally pressed down, and when they did, they changed the intonation of the string because the frets were too high. And this square neck caused people some issues. So you can see how square that neck is, and it is a little uncomfortable. And this one even sounds a little more tinny, so here you go. Maybe tinny is the wrong word, but very plasticky. Still, I like this sound better than the Waterman. I also put on some side dots there as I was working with it. Martin 600 strings on this one. And it's not a bad ukulele. I'm glad that I have it. I wanted one of the original first generations just to have. But this is, you can see that the neck is a rounded, sort of flat neck, which feels much better. And certainly this is a ukulele that you can play in absence of a wood ukulele and not have any problems with it. So if you were worried about weather conditions, if you were worried about, termites or something like that, this would not be a bad uke at all for that. Plus it can get wet. However, I would say if you're going to get it wet, make sure to take some care with your tuners or you may end up replacing them because they can rust. These still are not stainless steel tuners, although that might not be a bad idea for somebody to come up with. Stainless steel tuners that wouldn't rust. That might be a wonderful fit for something like the outdoor ukulele. So right now they come in 3 colors that kind of moon glow. They have a green one and a brown one, and they've even had a couple special runs of purple. So I think these are about $140 or $150 starting point, and I believe that the Sopranos, the new versions that also share the same kind of rounded neck and changes in tuners and other things, again, lower fret height and other things, they start around $99 if you want to get a soprano also in those same colors. So that's the outdoor ukulele. It's kind of fun. I'll close out with playing a little bit of Can't Help Falling in Love with You. I forgot to say one other thing that I just added as an edit to this video, which is I forgot to say that this ukulele, while it has kind of a neat tone and it does have sustain, it's not very loud. So if you bring this to a jam or if you bring this to a larger ukulele festival, you may not be able to hear yourself. I've taken this one up to the Silver Creek International Ukulele Carnival up in Two Harbors, Minnesota. That happens in August. And when playing it, it just gets lost in terms of hearing yourself play. It's just not a really loud ukulele, and it's not a problem, but there are certainly louder ukuleles out there. So keep that in mind if you're looking for a ukulele that you need to cut through in terms of sound. Maybe you want to look at an HPL laminate ukulele like a Bonanza or an Enya or a Martin OX, one of those models made out of laminate, HPL high pressure laminate versus the polycarbonate outdoor ukulele. But otherwise, if you need an outdoor ukulele, this is a great one.